Today I'm going to be talking about how I feel, which is that bipolar stole my life, but I was able to create a new one. And you may feel differently, but this is how I feel, and I'll explain why. Hi friends, it's Jess with Our Bipolar. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, just a little bit about me. I have bipolar 1 and I was diagnosed 25 years ago when I was a sophomore in college. So yes, when I was a sophomore in college and I had my first manic episode, I feel like bipolar stole the life I had. It did. What happened was, I went back for my sophomore year at the University of Pittsburgh and I did not feel like myself. In a way, some people might think that was a good thing because I was suddenly more popular. I was making all these new friends. And that just wasn't me because I am an introvert and usually it takes me a while to warm up and trust people. In this case, I was acting much differently. I was not sleeping, I was not eating very much, I was extremely thirsty, and I was telling people something is wrong, but they shrugged it off and, they weren't medical professionals, so I get it. They thought I was doing great being this more outgoing social person. That led to psychosis. I was having hallucinations. I was having delusions. I thought the devil pushed me out of the top bunk in my dorm. I thought that I could see the bones in my face. I thought I had x-ray vision at one point. And it sort of went on until I called my dad, who I was very close with, who was also a therapist, and told him all these things. I was just bursting, I was much more talkative at the time. I was having racing thoughts, like all the symptoms of bipolar. And he realized what was happening. He came to get me at school, and that's when I was diagnosed with bipolar 1. And from that point on, the life that I knew was over. I tried to go back to school. I was pre-med. I was actually wanting to be a psychiatrist, funnily enough. And I couldn't pick up my studies. The workload was too intense. I just really couldn't go to school at all. So I did have to leave school. That whole life of getting good grades and wanting to be a doctor, that was over. Also, my brain was playing tricks on me. Like friends were calling and trying to check up on me and find out what was going on. And I did not take any of those calls and I never called them back. I couldn't face them. I couldn't face the fact that I had bipolar and just go on with my life the way it had been. It just seemed impossible. And it took me many years until I could really get a handle on what was going on and get on good meds, get on a good sleep regimen, and taking care of myself, all the self-care that we need to do when we have bipolar. So I managed to finish college, but I had to change my major. I changed it to English because all I could really do at that point was read books, like read novels. And I was able to get through school, and I'm very lucky that I was. And if you were not able to get through college or go to college, trust me, I understand, and that is not your fault. It is the illness. So I went on and I had this much different life. I was able to get into editing. So now, I'm a managing editor for journals, and I have a great career, but it is much different from what I thought I was going to be doing. But like I said, I was able to create a new life. For me, it is going to look much different from you, maybe not. And whatever you are doing and you are able to do, I applaud you. I think it's wonderful if you are working, if you're not working, if you're on disability, whatever is necessary in your situation, that is what you should be doing. And the most important thing I feel is to become content with your life, be happy as much as possible, reduce symptoms as much as possible. But for me, I went on, I eventually, after being able to manage my bipolar, it took about 8 or 9 years. I met my husband, Brian, and he was just like this wonderful, open, very accepting kind of person. I had never met someone like him before who was just so accepting of me. And I told him very early on that I had bipolar, and he just like didn't care. I mean, he cared. He wanted to make sure he supported me and whatever he needed to do. But he just accepted that, and we kept going. And, you know, now we've been married for 13 years. We've been together 16 years. And we had a daughter, my daughter Pearson. She's now 8 years old. And I am so grateful for the life I was able to create. Even though bipolar stole my former life, the life I have now is so much better. And who cares that I didn't become a doctor? I mean, yes, it is sad at times. And I sometimes wonder what if, and I don't know if you do that, but it's really not self-serving. But, you know, then I look at my life now and I'm so incredibly grateful. And I think we all have to make the most of whatever we are able to have and whatever that looks like for you. So thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, like, comment, all the things. Tell me your story. I would love to hear it. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.